I was going to work right near San Diego State. I was hit by a teacher, knocked me off my motorcycle. I fell. So I had to get a lawyer to sue the defendant. Now, my doctor needed all my documents from the military of every medication, of every kind of physical therapy aspect to go against the defendant. So she ordered all this from the military, and I remember going into her office in Encinitas. It was Encinitas, San Diego. I remember walking into her office. She was astounded by the boxes the VA had sent over of medications that I had been on for mood disorder, depression, anxiety, PTSD, TBI, stress, anxiety. Said that hyperactive mind, like Ritalin and Adderall, pain medication. She said, this is, out of all the clients I've worked with and practicing law for more than 20 years, you have more medications, more varieties of medications than I've ever seen. So I didn't think about it. I let it slide. And then I got older and I started thinking about it. Every single medication that I've ever taken for anything has not made anything better. It has either made me addicted, made me have even more mood swings, made me lose everything. Everybody I love, materials, everything was gone. It made me to the point where I had more anxiety getting off of it, where I couldn't cope without it. I was dependent to medication, any medication, or I broke out in hives or rashes, or had even worse dreams, or I would just be docile. I wouldn't be able to talk to anybody. I would isolate myself. No medication has ever done me good in my mind. And I say that to say this. When has kings, an empire, an emperor, when has a kingdom ever gave the peasants or the middle class the key, an answer to their problems so that they could get great and so that they could compete with the kings and the emperors and the government? Never. Never in history has that ever happened in any rotation of power. Now I say that to say this, because these are building blocks of information. You have to think about all these disorders and these case studies that equal these disorders based off of theoretical points of view, not knowing 100% of the mind, not knowing 100% about this reality. The DSM is a point of view, and so are the pharmaceutical drugs, the trial runs, and how they use us like guinea pigs. Now, in my mind, when I stopped drinking, when I stopped doing anything, I felt way better off after months of getting off of everything. I felt like I could control my mind. My dreams were more vibrant. I could breathe better, exercise better. I was thinking better. I was more articulated. I had better thought patterns. I could coordinate my movements through life, this reality, with a certain richness I could not get with anything that I was prescribed. So that led me to this belief that perhaps these disorders aren't really disorders, but an obstacle to get over. And you get over them with proper eating habits, as boring as that sounds, as cliche as eating habits, exercise, but also the most important thing, I changed I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV, television. I don't listen to the radio. Mainstream anything is bad for me. I listen to classical music or I listen to instrumentals. Nothing with words. Every now and then when I go out, I have to listen to it. Other than that, no words. And then practicing breathing, proper breathing, and closing my eyes and counting back and forth, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, and visualizing it, keeping my mind quiet in a peaceful place and thinking about nothing and just practicing my breathing. And it feels so much better in reality. Now I don't look at anything as a disorder. They're almost like gifts because the people that don't have them operate regularly. They're like easily programmable. And that's why perhaps they have made these drugs to collide with the individuals that actually have potential in this reality to break free from the matrix, the simulation. Once they control their mind, you can break free from anything. Habits. You always have to have healthy habits and an organized schedule. Organization and your scheduling on a day-to-day basis creates organization throughout your life. And you have to apply, at least I did, I had to apply those methods, a new ideology to break free from the normality. Otherwise, you become a non-playable character and you sink quickly into these vice cities. Yeah, that's a good way to articulate my thinking about those.